Welcome to the Midnight Facts with your Uncle Joe. So tonight, it's actually in the morning. It's crazy what time this is. But now I couldn't sleep because I'm having a terrible flu. But anyway, we do what we do. Let's talk about ABX, Ability Extension, Nutty O. So Nutty O is one artist who's got a huge catalog of music. Why does Nutty O have a huge catalog of music? Remember, Nutty O had hits which people were not turning to. They were not listening to his music because wangaitanze mfano epatwa, right? Wana Bombshelele, Wana Bugatti, and all those other tracks. You know what I mean? He's got a huge catalog. But then something happened with him when he released the most complete album. I can say now there are two albums which I feel like they are the most complete albums in our generation, right? I think Nutty O and what's his name? Killer T's Ngoma Ndaimba, Nutty O's Master Seed. Those two albums, I think they are total. They're like a complete proper albums. You can listen to one song to the next without jumping. Honestly don't know which one is the best album between the two, but then I don't want to compare or try to check who did what, but all I can say is these albums, they're out of this world. But then now, Nutty O is clever. If you listen to Nutty O's interviews, you will understand that this guy is brilliant, like he's intelligent, right? If you talk to him, if you listen when he speaks, the way he does these things, he is one artist who is well informed about what happens in the industry, right? And recently, he was performing at Miss Universe, I think so. I might get the name wrong. And there was a Nigerian artist there, Fireboy, right? Something happened between him and Fireboy. Check this out. So that's Nutty O talking to Fireboy, and he actually introduced him, right? So what has been the goal for Nutty O? His goal always has been he wants to go international. I said international, right? International meaning, if you're an international artist, the spaces which you occupy, which are not Zimbabwe, which are not off your same market, right? Say you are going to perform in Australia for non-Zimbabweans, then you're an international artist. If you go and perform, or if you're featured on an album which is which has got a lot of other countries, like other artists from outside your own country, then you're an international artist, right? But now, for you to be international artist, you need to occupy certain spaces, right? You need to occupy certain spaces. It's not about the sound, no. You can sing Shona, you can sing Chimurenga, e.g. Tuku, Thomas Mapfumo. Those were international artists who didn't sing in English, right? They sang their music, they were doing traditional music. Thomas Mapfumo doing his Chimurenga, and Oliver Mtuku is doing his stuff, right? But I think those were some of the international artists which we have known in Zimbabwe, and recently I think Mukomba is one of those artists who perform for non-Zimbabweans in a non-Zimbabwean market. To me, that's an artist. That's an international artist, right? So Nutty O now, what he had to do is he knew that he wants to break the barriers, right? All the barriers, he wants to break them. Most artists, when an international artist comes to Zimbabwe, they don't have time to interact with those people. They don't care what he does, right? But now, something happened with Nutty O that he had to have a conversation with Fireboy. And I can tell you, he wants to have a conversation with Fireboy such that tomorrow when these guys talk about music collaborations and everything, is going to be easy, because as an artist who has an international artist coming to his country, performing to his people, he had to introduce him and he had to make him feel at home and welcome, right? That is very clever. You realize that most artists in Zim, they've gone to perform in UK, they've gone to perform in Dubai, they've gone to perform in India and all these other countries, South Africa, 1,000 times. But not even a single day have you seen or have you heard that a Zimbabwean artist wants to do a collaboration, or he is trying to knock the doors of other big artists such that tomorrow they can work out a collaboration, or tomorrow they can do a feature or something. You see, so this is what Nutty O was busy doing. Clever as he is, intelligent as he is, ABX, ability extension, this is what he was doing. And remember, he's got an album coming out, I think in August, where he's launching it in the UK, right? And it's going to be fire, I think. It's going to be fire because if you look at it, he hasn't disappointed. People had said, he's not going to make it. Maybe soon after the Mustard Seed, they thought, no, it's just a fluke. He was just a chancer. But we have seen that Nutty O has done hit after hit every year, right? He had his EP, which came out. Then he had other singles. He was featured on EP Zairi by Freeman. Then he had a song with Buffalo Soldier. He had a track with what's his name, Holy Ten, and the other young Buffy boy, right, Nyasha David. You see, so his trajectory has been going up, and we expect that his album, which he's gonna release in the next 2 months, it should be fire, because he's been promising fire. And I tell you, I promise you, this kid always delivers. But otherwise, artists need to be clever. They need to create their contacts. They need to create places, or they need to be friends with other artists, especially from outside, because you need to go global. You need to go global. So this is your uncle speaking, and I'm out of here. See you on the rebound. I'm out.